What's going on YouTube? God, I just hit my mouth on the microphone. What's going on YouTube? It's Josh, aka Sloshy Joshy. Bringing you my predictions for week 1. Tonight's the first game. I'm hype. Cowboys, Bucks. So I thought this would be cool every Thursday to post during the season, kind of my predictions of the week. And then we'll kind of keep track of my record throughout the year. Hopefully it's not trash. Probably will be, but we'll address that when it happens. So week 1, let's get into it. Cowboys, Buccaneers. I got the Bucks in this one. Very strong offenses. I think it might be a pretty high-scoring game. Bucks get the edge because of their defense. That defense is, top 3 in the league probably. So I think they lock down Zeke. Zeke is kind of a borderline start and sit. I think I put him as a sit just because I know that's most guys' first round. It's really hard to sit your first-round running back, but if there was a game I would sit him, it'd probably be this one. That Bucks defense is nasty. I think it's going to be a very heavy pass game. Dak's going to come out slinging because, he misses football. He's been out for a while. So I do think the Bucks take this game. A lot of passing yards for sure, but I think the Bucks edge out on this Thursday night football game, the first game of the season. So, boom, Bucks, Eagles, Falcons. Falcons, I think people are sleeping on their offense, man, because Julio left. Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Mike Davis coming in. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to pull off a good offensive year. That defense though is just not great, and that's ultimately what's going to be the losing factor in this game. I do think it's going to be high scoring, kind of back and forth, but I think Eagles have the better team overall and pull out a dub there. Steelers at Bills. This game. I want to watch this game, but Washington plays at 1, so I can't. I'm watching my Washington boys, of course. But I might go back and watch this game because I think this game is going to be really good, actually. Great game and matchup. Josh Allen coming out, starting his MVP convo. I predicted him as the MVP this year. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring, probably like 21-28, kind of maybe three touchdowns, maybe even less than 20 points. Steelers defense is no joke. I do think the Bills are gonna close it out. I think it's gonna be close all game, and then Josh Allen's gonna win that game-winning drive against the Steelers. Boom, dagger to Diggs in the end zone, close it out. 30 seconds left. But yeah, I could be completely wrong. This could be a fucking slugfest because two good offenses. I do think the Steelers have the edge on defense for sure, but I do think the Bills pull this one off, especially with the Bills Mafia there for the first time in forever. Bills win. Vikings at Bengals. Dalvin Cook is probably my number 1 running back in fantasy this week. Dalvin Cook breaks 200 total yards. I think he's going to start really hot against this bad Bengals defense. Burrow and the young receivers, Jamar Chase starts catching the ball a little bit. T. Higgins, they find their stride. I think Burrow's going to have a good year this year. High scoring game for sure. Both very bad defenses. So I'm going to pull the Bengals on this one, actually. Even with Dalvin Cook breaking 200 yards, I think the Bengals are going to find a way to win. And I think they're going to be a very pass-heavy team this year. And the Vikings' defense is just too weak. So I got Burrow over Kirk, basically, is what it comes down to. So Burrow and the Bengals get a dub this week. 49ers at Lions. Got the 49ers. Dude, the Lions, they're a dumpster fire this year. Defense and offense. They could honestly go 0-16. There's 2 teams I think that could probably go 0-16. The Lions and the Texans. They're just terrible, dude, all around. If I was a fan of one of them teams, I would not even watch a single game this year. Terrible. 49ers, way better all around team. They could, sneaky playoff team. These guys made the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and not much of their roster has changed. So I think a lot of people forget that. They had a ton of injuries last year, which hindered them. But sneaky playoff team for me, 49ers. Cardinals at the Titans. I got the Titans in this one. 2 very good teams, though. I think this game will be very close. Could see it going either way. But I think that Titans offense, man, I'm excited to watch them. Derrick Henry, Julio, A.J. Brown, Tannehill. I think that's going to be a crazy offense this year, and I think that ultimately is going to win them the game. Defense is going to be the X factor. The Titans defense, they're notoriously not that great. I don't really know if they've added anyone this offseason. Can't remember off the top of my head. Cardinals defense isn't great either, though. So I think the Titans are going to just destroy the Cardinals. They're going to get up early and then just Derrick Henry them to death. Whoops. So Titans there. Seahawks at Colts. So good game for sure. Colts are underrated this year as well. Carson Wentz, I know he's playing Sunday, but I don't think he's 100% healthy. I think he's going to be, a little at a disadvantage there because of his ankle. Probably going to be braced up, I would imagine. So I think if Carson Wentz was 100% healthy, the Colts may pull this one off. But I think because of that, the Seahawks are going to grab this win. Seahawks need to establish themselves as a top offense early. I know there's a bunch of talk of them like becoming a run-heavy team. I just think that's a terrible idea. You got Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett. You got to sling the rock, dude. Honestly, if you're playing in the NFL today, you got to be able to pass. It's just how the game is played today. But I think we see Russell Wilson come back to that MVP caliber. I know he started so hot last year. He was a favorite for MVP through like week 10. And then like the final 7 weeks, he just kind of fell off, man. It was like a 1 touchdown a week kind of guy, which was very weird to me. But I think I keep scrolling on accident. I think he comes back to that MVP caliber, and we see the Seahawks do some damage this year. Chargers at football team. I didn't know whether to put Washington or football team, but I did everyone's like name actually instead of their city, so I thought I'd put football team. So lame that we haven't picked a name yet. But anyway, very good game between two borderline playoff squads, I think. This is a big win for both of them. I know Washington has a very tough schedule this year, so this is a must-win game for us. First week, we need to win games like this against, those teams that aren't considered like top dogs or whatever. Chargers, probably the same deal. They're in the Chiefs division, so they got some tough games there. Titans as well, twice a year. So a must win for both teams, I think, if they're trying to make the playoffs. I do think our defense will pull us out and win us this game. Fitzpatrick's X factor for this game, and honestly for this whole season. We finished 32nd in quarterback QBR. If Fitz even gets like 10 to 20-ish, I think we'll make the playoffs. So football team there. Jets at Panthers, kind of a boring game, but also kind of not, you know what I mean? Zach Wilson's rookie debut. You got Sam Darnold revenge game against the Jets, so we'll see what happens. I think the Panthers have an okay team, nothing crazy, nothing special. I do think Zach Wilson and the boys are going to pull out a dub here at Carolina. Not a lot of defense is going to be played. I think it's going to be a slugfest, but Zach Wilson's going to come out on top. Jaguars at Texans. Trevor Lawrence starting hot against the Texans. Again, Texans could go 0-16. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Got Tyrod Taylor back there. If they had Deshaun Watson playing, they might win a couple games, but I don't see them winning a lot. They got it's a dumpster fire over there. Trevor Lawrence going to start hot. Probably Jaguar. Anyone on the Jaguars offense is a good play this week. Wide receivers, Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson probably. Texans just have nothing to be excited for. Jags and the offense find their rhythm early. I could see the Jaguars having a sneaky good year. Maybe not playoffs, but, borderline. Could be in the bubble maybe at the end of the year. We'll see. Browns at Chiefs. Could be a closer game than most think. I know, everyone hears Chiefs and like, yeah, of course they're going to win. They got Mahomes and everything. But I think the Browns are going to be good this year. At Arrowhead with the fans back could be a problem. Mahomes is going to come out firing, dude. He could win the MVP this year easily. I know he's very upset after losing that Super Bowl. Wants to get back for sure. See if he can do it in 3 years in a row. It'd be pretty crazy. Browns defense has to be playing high in this game, up to that level that everyone's having up to be. They got Clowney in the offseason. Everyone says Myles Garrett's a top edge rusher in the league, so they need to get to Mahomes. They need to get to him often. Browns will probably be down and or tied most of the game. And Browns offensive game is to get up early and run, eat that clock and score points. But they're not going to be able to do that against the Chiefs. So they're going to have to sling the rock, man. Baker's going to have to come prepared. And I got the Chiefs edging them out on this one. Dolphins at Patriots. Good division game for sure. with wide open. Anyone could win that division this year. It's pretty crazy. Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, and who am I missing? Doesn't really matter. Bills, never mind. It's not a wide open division. Bills are going to win for sure. Ignore that first bullet. I don't know why I didn't think the Bills were in the division. Bills are going to take that, but you could see one of these guys sneak in as an AFC wild card. Dolphins actually played really well before they benched Fitz last year. They were doing okay. Tua, not exactly sold on him, but do think he edges out Mac Jones. Mac Jones looked great in preseason. I think the Dolphins just have a better team overall, and I think they get the dub. Packers at Saints. Jameis Winston will be a big X factor for the Saints all year, right? If their offense struggles, it's because Jameis is playing bad. If it succeeds, because Jameis is playing good. Needs to limit his turnovers. I know that was a big problem on the Buccaneers. Does have a great arm, but just needs to be smarter with the ball. Check down to Kamara because I have him in fantasy, so do that a lot, James. So the Saints offense is going to have to kind of redefine themselves, right, without Drew Brees. They're a little more like short pass, West Coast kind of offense. I think they're going to be more vertical this year. So we'll see how that works out for them. Game one. Unfortunately, they're playing the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers is going to, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to ball out. He might now back-to-back MVPs is a little bit of a stretch, but I think he's going to have an MVP caliber season. He wants to be able to basically be like at the end of this year, be like, I want to go on this team. And that team will be like, yeah, sure. If he plays bad this year, he might lose a couple teams' interest. I think he's still going to have a majority of the NFL being like, yeah, come on our team. Who doesn't want Aaron Rodgers at this point? He's only 38, 39. So he's going to have probably 4 or 5 more good years with the way quarterbacks are playing nowadays. We'll see, though. I think wherever Aaron Rodgers goes is a Super Bowl contender automatically, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty insane to have that sort of impact on a team. But Packers take this one. Teddy Two Gloves continues to try and find a home. Hopefully, it works out on the Broncos, man. We'll see. They have good receivers: Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant. The running backs room is a little iffy, but I do think they edge out over the Giants. Danny Dimes in his make it or break it season, he just turns the ball over way too much, man. And I think that's ultimately going to lose this game for them. Broncos have a solid defense, and I think they're just overall the better team. So I got the Broncos in this one. Also, let's go back to this one for a second. How do I do this? Whoops. Giants, I think Saquon's going to be limited too, so that's another reason I think they lose that game overall. Bears at Rams. Rams could be one of the best teams in the NFL. I think I had them predicted to go to the Super Bowl a few weeks ago, which, I mean, it could very well happen. One of the better NFC teams for sure. Bears, I have Andy Dalton here. He's starting, so they're not going to win games with Andy Dalton, man. They just need to put Justin Fields in. I don't know what they're thinking at this point. Andy Dalton, we've seen what he does. He's never won a playoff game. He's very average quarterback. Rams defense, top 3, probably the best defense in the league if I had to put them there. So I think the Rams get this one. Oh, I didn't circle this one. What the hell? Sloppy, dude. Sloppy. Unsubscribe. I'm sloppy. Unsubscribe from me. Ravens at Raiders. Monday night game, dude. First Monday night game of the year. They usually do 2 on opening Monday, but I guess they didn't this year, which is cool. Lamar starts hot against a lackluster defense. Lamar comes out hot. The Ravens come out hot. I think the defense shuts down Derek Carr and the boys. So I got the Ravens in this one for sure. I don't even think this game's going to be close. I think the Ravens are just a way better team. So, yeah, that's what I got. Let me know if you agree with any of my picks. If you disagree, start some conversations in the comments, man. I'd love to talk to you guys about what you think. But yeah, week 1, man. Can't wait. Excited. Like, comment, subscribe to the video. 300 subscribers, dude. I appreciate it. I'll give you guys a shout out in the beginning of the next video. Super hype. 300 subscribers. Very happy. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.